So now we play this for 2 mana again. Draw a card. And then we'll play the Pollen Bright Druid to proliferate everything. Hey guys, what's up? It's MTGGnome here, and today we'll be checking out Kodama of the West Tree. Now, Kodama is a pretty sweet commander. He is a 3/3, 3 mana, legendary creature spirit with reach. Modified creatures you control have trample, and whenever a modified creature you control does combat damage to a player, search your library for a basic land card, put it onto the battlefield tapped, and shuffle. So modifications are equipment, auras, and counters. We're going the +1/+1 counter route, and we got some pretty sweet tech for that to go along with it. So most of our 1/1 counter synergies are the 1 and 2 drop spots, and then there's a couple spots throughout the rest of the deck that deals with 1/1 counters, but we're not really too focused on anything over 3 mana having 1/1 counter synergies, except maybe Yawgmoth, of course. Yawgmoth is just a good card to have if you're running mono green. It gets 1/1 counters. It just gets bigger and bigger the more creatures we play. Renata, every time a creature enters the battlefield, it gets a 1/1 counter. So if we can play Renata and then play our other creatures, everything comes in modified, which boosts our ability to get more lands. Bristling Hydra is pretty good. It 3 charge counters on it when it enters the battlefield, and then we can pay 3 charge counters to put a 1/1 counter on it, and it gains hexproof. So it has a way to protect itself if our opponent decides to actually remove it with targeted removal. And so you get the hexproof and you get the 1/1 counter, which is a plus for us. And Wild Onslaught, it puts a 1/1 counter on each creature we control. If we have a big board of things that don't have 1/1 counters on them, we can just play Wild Onslaught for 4 mana and everything gets a counter. Everything gets modified. We also have Ridge Scale Tusker that does the same thing as Wild Onslaught, puts a 1/1 counter on each creature you control that enters the battlefield, and it's a 5/5. So basically, it just boosts your whole board if you drop this thing. Unfortunately, it doesn't buff itself, it doesn't give itself a counter, but we have other ways to give him a counter as well. Invoke the Ancients is a new one. It's create 2 4/5 green spirit creature tokens. For each of them, put your choice of a vigilance counter, a reach counter, or a trample counter on it. Any kind of counter is a modification. So with these, we can actually give our spirits a vigilance counter. It already has trample, so we don't need the trample counter at all if Kodama's on the field, and we can put a vigilance counter on them so they have vigilance, trample, and they're 4/5s, which is a pretty good value for 5 mana. And then the rest of the deck are big heavy finishers like the Tarrasque. Great Hinge is great for the deck. This is one of the first cards I put in the deck. Kogla, of course, Vorinclex, of course, and Overbrook Caretaker is a really good one because if we get it on the night side, it can put 2 1/1 counters on each creature we control at the beginning of combat, which is absolutely insane. So take the deck in for yourself, check it out, and if you guys like this content, be sure to like and subscribe. It really helps out the channel, really gets these videos going, and be sure to comment down below what your favorite green creature is. And let's go play some games, shall we? We're up against a fellow mono green player with Vorinclex, Voice of Hunger. Do we keep this? We got Swarm Shambler. We don't have anything to do turn 2 though. Yeah, we have Song of Fraley. Hey, let's keep it. We go first too, so that's always good. Alright, let's play Adventurous Impulse. We'll get the land. Yeah, we'll just attack. Alright, he's ramping up. Play the Kodama. We will also ramp. Oh yeah, it's all coming together. Search of Greatness. You know, we got Kogla to take care of that. Guardian Project. Yeah, let's just swing. Go get a land with Kodama. I was thinking maybe we could play this to have it drop on the battlefield, and then Guardian Project would trigger to draw a card, but I don't know if it was worth it. Fabled Passage in a mono green deck? If you want to get your landfall abilities, I guess. That's pretty good. Solemn Sad Robot and a mono green deck? If you want to get your triggers, I guess that's the way to go. 6 mana. He won't be able to play Vorinclex yet. We can Overbrook Caretaker. Yeah, let's do that. We'll draw a card from that. We'll play that. Put the counters on Kodama. Oh, he won't even block. He doesn't even want to draw a card. Hey, more power to you. He's still got 4 cards in hand, so I wonder what he's got in hand. He's got something in hand. It's definitely gonna scare us. There's the Kogla. Alright, that's fine. We will put it in our command zone. Let's play the land. We'll play... Now we're in a particular spot, aren't we? What's Vorinclex? The 7/6? We might want to take that out with Kogla. Yeah, so let's put a vigilance counter. Yeah, nothing's gonna have flying, right? We'll put a 1 counter on this. And then we'll play Song of Freylis. Like that. That's our creature we control. We'll put it on the Avabro Caretaker. So now all of our creatures have modifications on them. So there's the Great Hinge. Okay, so he doesn't have enough mana to play Vorinclex this turn, but he will have enough. Oh, now he does. Yeah, let's just talk about that. We can't do anything about it anyway. Is he going to swing with the Kogla so he can destroy our enchantment? Okay. Hardened Scales. Now we have to think about this, because Vorinclex is going to tap our lands. He can just play Vorinclex next turn if we get rid of it, but we kind of need it. Go away, don't we? I'm thinking, opponent. Give me a second. Now I have to think, because there's so many misplays I've made. If we play the Kogla to fight the Vorinclex, he's just going to drop Vorinclex again next turn. Or maybe even Ulamog. He hasn't played much from his hand. We get no benefit from that either. That's the other thing. So, what do? We can tap you for mana. Play that Hardened Scales. We gotta make the most use out of our mana here. Alright, let's do that. Yep. We'll fight the Vorinclex. Oh, we can give it indestructible. Look at that. We do lose mana, but Kogla gets indestructible. So now we play this for 2 mana again. Draw a card. And then we'll play the Pollen Bright Druid to proliferate everything. Everything. Ah, I don't want to proliferate this. Let's put it on Kogla. Put it on the Pollen Bright Druid. Now Kogla's a 12/11. Maybe he should have swung and got the Guardian Project. That was a really great turn. Let's hope he doesn't drop a Ulamog on us. Okay, that's all he can do this turn. I think he's gonna... No! Ah, you bastard. That's why that card's good, man. That damn Boseiju. Oh, he gives up anyway. Was that game? So this gets 2/2 counters on combat, so we'll just we'll get 2 damage to something. Swing with this. We could play Kodama next turn too, so everything has trampled in. Yeah, I think that was pretty much game. Yeah, I think it was just enough. He would have blocked this, he would have blocked this, and then he would have blocked this with something, but this was gonna get trampled over, so that was just gonna get screwed up. Kodama would have gave everything trampled, so would have been like 5, 9, or 13. Yeah, that would have been game. So this is interesting. We're up against Yawgmoth, so he might have removal. We might not be able to keep Kodama on the field. It's gonna suck. Let's see. Alright. Yeah, let's just pass. Yawgmoth's a 2/4? We'll eat that. Okay, so with Yawgmoth here, now this isn't an issue because Yawgmoth can just sacrifice stuff and make our creatures die. And they're not going to get through because he's going to block. So, what do we do? I guess we play Kodama. And then we can maybe Stony Strength, whatever he tries to block. Yeah, I guess we'll just swing with that. See what he does. I was hoping he would block with the token. Surprised he didn't want to sacrifice the Jiren, but Contortionist Troop is going to die here soon. That's a sack out. That's a... Oh my goodness. Nest of Scarabs. I don't have the mana. I don't have the mana for Boseiju. You could just take out our whole board. Yeah, him having the Nest of Scarabs right there. That's why Yawgmoth is good, man. I don't know if there was much we can do now. I mean, at this point. We lose a turn because we have to play Boseiju. And he wiped our whole board anyway. We can't do nothing else. That's just game. He's a full fresh hand of cards. If we draw a card, we'll be okay, but I don't know. Let's keep it. Let's take the risk. Veil of Summer's pretty good. Especially for a Tatsunari deck. We can play Dusk Shellcrawler there next turn. We really need to draw a land. Desperately. I thought he was going to play his commander. Ah, there we go. Oh, maybe I should have played the Kodama that turn so we can actually get our land, the land drop, and not have this exposed. This gives us mana, but it's exposed. He can get rid of it if he wanted to. If he knew we were hurting for mana, play like a Thoughtseize or something, he could see our hand and be like, oh, he doesn't have land. Alright, so we can play our Kodama. We can play... I mean, we can play that on the land side. Phyrexian Arena's not hurting nobody, right? Yeah, let's just attack. We get 2 lands. He's playing black and blue, so he can get rid of stuff pretty easily. But we have the Veil of Summer, so hopefully, if he tries to get rid of something, we can Veil of Summer, and that'll be the end of his turn. But we'll see. Alright, there's Tatsunari. Oh, he didn't attack. So what do? We can play Roaring Earth. See if he counters that. No counter there. The Primal Might for 2. And then we have the Veil of Summer up just in case if he has anything. He doesn't have anything. Let's swing, baby. Get 2 more lands. Oh yeah. And this card is a house in this deck. Roaring Earth. It's a new card from Kamikawa. Whenever land is a battlefield under your control, put a 1/1 counter into a creature or vehicle. Oh, Calling Ritual is bad. Gets 3 mana for that. The good thing is we still have our modified here, Kodama and Remnant of the Rising Stars modified, so we can still get land from those guys. That's a big boy. Okay, we can play our land. We have 9 mana available, so we can't Averbruck and Renata, which is what I wanted to do. We can Averbruck, Caretaker, and Servant. What is that going to do for us? Yeah, let's just, I can give 2 counters to Kodama. Yeah, let's just do this. We'll put 1. Yeah, that'll leave us with enough mana to play the Veil of Summer. We needed 1 on the Overbrook Caretaker, didn't we? No, we gotta save the Veil of Summer. Greater Tanuki. You got a block, buddy. Yeah, he has trample, so I still get. He was only 6/5. I still get the trigger. Yeah. Love it. I love it. Get all those lands, baby. So he could definitely have a board wipe here. Alright. Probably no board wipe because he plays his commander. There's a Phyrexian Reclamation. That's good. Oh, nice. Got the Ozolith. We can play Kodama and play the Ozolith and have mana for the Veil of Summer. Oh man, I really want to. We'll just do 1. Counter spell? No. Oh, does he have another counter spell? Yeah. And we can play the Ozolith. That was like great. We will swing. Alright. Oh, he still has to pay the mana for Pact, because... Yo! Oh, man. I totally forgot about that. He still has to pay the mana, even though he didn't get to actually counter our spell that he was countering. He was trying to counter Kodama, and he still has to pay the upkeep cost for the Pact Negation. That would have left him with about 3 mana to work with. Alright guys, that's the deck. It didn't perform as well as I thought it would. Just the fact that if Kodama gets removed, especially in our build, there isn't much we can do. These 1 and 2 drops here really don't do anything for us if Kodama's gone. And so we have to rely on the 3 and 4 drops and 5 drops. But the thing with that is we rely on getting those land drops from Kodama. And so maybe all the deck needs is to not rely on Kodama being out so much, but you know, actually have a game plan around the 1/1 counter synergy and try to work around it like that. And so the experience that I had with the deck was kind of flat. It was great when I was getting the lands from my deck doing combat damage, but at the same time, your opponent's already down to low life by the time you have all these lands out. And so a lot of the times you're just drawing these dead cards now that you really don't need to be swinging in to get more land. Now you need to play your big creatures. And so maybe we should just add more tutors for the deck to get our big creatures into our hand, or play more big creatures. I think that'd be the way to go, but definitely have some protection for Kodama. I think all we have is Snakeskin Veil and Veil of Summer as the protection spells, and I just think it probably needs more because he gets targeted a lot. Everybody knows that if he gets removed, there's nothing you can do. So that's the deck, guys. Let me know what cards you would put in. Let me know what cards you would take out. Please like and subscribe, and let me know down in the comments what commanders you would like to see. So stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one.